I start to change the structure. Right? So I want to make sure that when I look at that line, I can still see the line when I'm done. The only time that would change is if I'm going for something more extreme.
What scissors are you using?
These are 5-inch scissors. They're actually the Angus M scissors that he did for a little while. He blessed me with on my birthday. Okay, now on the back, okay, so I'm going to take a parting horizontal just at the top of the occipital. Actually, going to switch out to my 5.5, which is a little heavier. And this is a no thumb technique. So we normally cut with our thumb. So I'm going to take my thumb out. I'm going to put my pointer finger in. Okay? So thumb out, pointer finger in. What that allows me to do is pinch the thumb hole, and then if I wave bye-bye, it opens and closes my scissor. Okay? These are offset, so I got to stand to the side a little bit. So when I come down, it closes. So then I can just
he is killing his baby.
I would just hack the hair off.
I mean, but just look at it. Like that.
Kind of tickles a little bit.
Huh?
Like, kind of tickles.
Kind of tickles a little bit. And make sure you keep your pinky up so you look fancy.
That's a thinning.
Yeah, so it's going to do two things. It's going to remove weight. In her case, what does short hair do to long hair?
Pushes it up.
Pushes it. So I'm only focusing right there. Where does she need her volume? Right here. So that short hair is going to support this. So in some hair textures, it's not like you do that and all of a sudden, oh, I got to bump it. Right? But if she irons it or blow dries it, all that short hair is going to support it through the longevity of her style.
How often would I need to get it touched up to maintain it?
So weight-wise, I would say you're going to be about the 6-week point for where this hits. And that's just keeping up the neckline. You could just leave this. So if you had someone just kind of clippering this around, keeping that up, so you could do that on your in-between. And then every other one, kind of do a full cut through the top and add some more texture. Yeah. So on the side, I put my texturizing in there. So now I'm going to work from the side of that section I just cut. And everything's working triangular now at this point. So I'm going to take diagonal forward sections. I'm going to elevate this up. And now I'm just going to soften all of this edge. So I can see where my perimeter is. Switch back to my 5-inchers. And I'm just going to soften this a little bit. So using a stroking technique, still with my thumb. If you put your thumb all the way into your scissor, it's kind of a hard technique to do. So if you can get used to controlling your scissor like this, to where your thumb just becomes the mover, not part of the control factor, then you know, whether your thumb's on the outside, all the way in, you can still move it around. So when I come to stroking the hair, I can just close on my way out, but all my control is with these fingers. So then I can just, with that flip, take a little bit of hair off.
Where's Caleb come from?
There's like Parmesan cheese. You see it?
I'm done with her today. Don't hold.
I'm going home. It's too much for me. It's too much. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
Are you narrating the whole haircut?
Right in here, I'm creating some layering in here. It's still a little bit of graduation because it's at an angle. So that's going to allow this to push up, but still keep this length down here. I'm not sure who asked that. I just have Because of that, it's helping me keep the graduation. Yeah.
They gonna remember.
Stay with us. Every time my kids cough, I was like, who's dying? To the point where now someone will cough and they're like, I'm okay, Dad. I'm going to do the same thing right up here that I did back here. I want to make sure I have enough perimeter out. Actually, I'm going to do a different technique, and I'm going to show you even more on right here. So I'm going to walk on the other side.
Sorry.
You're good. I'm the one grabbing you all the time. I'm going to flip it back towards me. I'm going to find where the hair bends. I'm going to come just above that. And then I'm going to stay.
Almost tripped on your hair, girl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm speechless.
I just inhaled hair in my nose.
And what does that do?
So very similar to what we did back here, but I can control it up the whole strand a little more. So I didn't want to cut too much off up towards the face. Here, I mean, I can kind of control it, but I know that I've got the same density, and I just want to remove an equal amount. Here, I want to get a little bit less to a little bit more, and I want to stay away from here, so I can control it a little bit better that way for me.
But did over-directing it that way, did that help keep the length of still over on this side so you wouldn't cut off either? Her hair's kind of fine. Kind of
Yeah, I left her perimeter out on the underneath piece,
okay.
so what I flipped over was more about just being exactly where I want to be underneath, so that short to long once again, but being able to travel up the hair like this, opposed to trying to lift it up and work up the hair and then too much falls and I can't quite control it the same. Sassafras over here. Okay.
You better work this out.
Maybelline.
Let's see.